Cardinal Film Fights, and all I care about is your arguments. Yeah, I'm Justin Branson, host, judge, and moderator. But it's hard to moderate these people. These people? You may ask who they are. I don't know either. So, tell me, who are you? Name, major, and, just do a fun fact, please.
I'm Haley Parnell. I'm a TCOM major and a film and screenwriting minor. And I just bit off the head of a Swedish fish to see if I liked them, even though I didn't before, and the consensus is in I still don't like them.
Kyle Israel, TCOM major, theater minor. Fun fact, about every Halloween I dress up as Parks and Recreation character Burt Macklin, and I must say I do a damn good job at it.
I see.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Trevor Michael Sheffield. I'm a regular of the show. I'm a telecommunications major with a minor in theater. And this is a stylophone. It is a relative of the pocket synthesizer. And
It's really not necessary.
Is he going to play that?
No. I'm going to show you a talent.
It's really not necessary. All right. So that's all we have for our... That's who... If that doesn't tell you who these people are, I do not know what could. So, today, we're not here to play stylophones. We're here to argue about movies. And today we're arguing the most delicious-looking movie food. So we're going to do this in the usual way. 1 minute to introduce your point, 5 minutes to just destroy each other's points, and 30 seconds to maybe bring the pieces back together and make me realize what you're actually saying. So, if we get 1 minute on the clock, yes, thank you. We can start over here with Trevor Michael Sheffield.
Now, when I think of movie food, one of the foods that comes to mind is that of the works of Studio Ghibli. I'm talking about foods in films like Spirited Away, Ponyo, etc., etc. And the thing about Ghibli food is that, whilst more often than not it is not entirely accurate of what actual food looks like, it is a perfect encapsulation of the feeling of food, the feeling of enjoying food, the feeling of just the raw emotion and just kind of human sensation of that in of itself.
What makes a food delicious? When you think about it, you want to put it in your mouth and then hopefully swallow. Now think of butterbeer. You want to put that in your mouth and you want to swallow. You want to know why you want to do that? Because you want to be in fucking Harry Potter. And since you can't wave around a magic stick and make things move, the closest you can get is to drink butterbeer. It doesn't matter if it tastes good. It doesn't matter if there's even a consistent recipe for this. I know this because I made it for my Sweet 16 and I did it very wrong. You just want to put it in your mouth because you want to be Harry Potter. That's all my argument.
I chose the ratatouille from Ratatouille because it's made by a literal rat, which should really concern you, yet I still wanted to eat it. I don't like vegetables. I didn't like vegetables when I was a kid. I kind of like them now. But I begged my mom to make me ratatouille after I watched the movie, which I did try it. It looked far more appetizing on the screen, I would say, but still 10 out of 10. Even the food critic that tried the ratatouille, it brought him back to childhood memories of his mom making him ratatouille. It's just a very sweet thing, and it looked delicious, and I want more. That is all.
Now, you guys have to somehow make all of these very positive feelings into a fight. So good luck with that, and 5 minutes, let's start.
I feel your eyes upon me. You can go ahead and start.
You know, that's a reoccurring theme with these fights so far.
I'm starting to see that too.
Two things. One, butterbeer isn't a food. It's a drink, I'll give you that much.
Oh, we're
But
going to
you
get
can't
technical.
you can't eat a drink. And you
Excuse
can't
me,
drink
as
a
host,
food.
judge, and moderator, I'm going to go ahead and allow that. You can
Okay.
stop arguing that
Thank
point.
you.
And second, when you're talking about butterbeer, you don't so much focus on the actual food itself as so much as you want it to make you feel like Harry Potter. Now, I do realize that Harry Potter is very kind of a part of this dish, but by that same token, we're arguing not so much on the facts of the films themselves, but rather on the food within that film.
I don't even know what your food is because it's just very vague. I'm sorry, but like, I know what you're getting at, but it's just, it's not as effective for me to want to eat something if you just say, oh, all of the food from these types of films.
I see. I mean, that is a good point. That is a good point. Arguably, you could. I'll let you two fight. You know what? I've been doing a lot of talk in these two fights. I know when I'm the lone dog in this fight. You two go at it. You two go at it for a change.
So, empirically speaking, more people probably know what butterbeer is than have seen Ratatouille.
This is true. I would have to say, I think that the cool thing about Ratatouille is that the fact you get this from an animated film, which in Harry Potter that is live action. So they somehow made this very, I don't know, like, it's a movie for kids, and kids don't like vegetables, but I wanted it. Like, that's
may
just
I augment
really
the argument for a second?
Yeah.
I feel that with Ratatouille, it's an actual dish. Butterbeer wasn't around until J.K. Rowling just came up with the name, and then they had to figure out the recipe years later for the theme park. With Ratatouille, it's actual food.
I think that's more impressive that J.K. Rowling made an actual drink. She just made an actual drink, and you want to drink it.
But it was just a fake drink that she came up with in a book.
Fake things can still mean things. As Dumbledore said, just because it's in your head doesn't mean it's real. Or it doesn't mean it's not real. Sorry.
That's a wizard from a book
Yeah.
who, if I remember properly, as per J.K. Rowling's recent arguments, has freaky sex in the woods. Now, I'm not trying to detriment against Mr. Dumbledore, but I guess what I'm trying to say here is that the value of butterbeer as a food and as a drink is lesser than Ratatouille, because with Ratatouille, it is something that you can actually, like, a normal person can make Ratatouille. It's like, it's vegetables.
A normal
you can
person can make butterbeer too. I did for my Sweet 16.
But you said it didn't turn out very well.
Because I actually thought it was just butter and root beer.
Exactly. With Ratatouille, there's an actual recipe to it. There's intrigue to the name. With butterbeer, people would think, oh, it's just butter and it's beer. Genius. With Ratatouille, there's actual thought and effort and eloquence put into it. But with butterbeer, it's just J.K. Rowling was taping away at her typewriter. Oh, what wizard drink are they consuming now? Butterbeer. Smash cut 10 years later. Okay, J.K. Rowling, we want to put butterbeer in the Harry Potter theme park. What is it? I thought you guys would think of that.
This sounds a lot like an argument between two different types of movies. Do you like the more formulaic Marvel movie, or do you like the more artistic Oscar-winning movies? Both have merit.
They're two completely different things.
But both have merit. Butterbeer and Ratatouille's food might be two completely things.
But by that same token, you're saying that one is inherently lesser than the other.
No,
you're
they
saying,
both I said
and
they
I'm
both
trying
have
to figure out
merit.
which one you're comparing to. Are you comparing the fantastical butterbeer to the fantastical DC movies, while Ratatouille is the more, like realistic thing here? And by that same token, Ratatouille can have its own fantastical qualities to it. As she mentioned, it's like it was able to bring Anton Ego back to his childhood. With butterbeer, it's just butter and beer, and it's in Wizard World, and you can get it for $9 a pint. At Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Universal Orlando, Florida.
I don't think anything you're saying is a detractor. Just because something is a cultural phenomenon that is fictional does not mean it has no merit.
But Ratatouille is an actual thing. It's something that people can actually make and enjoy and be able to get right on the first try.
I don't believe that is a detractor from this. Just because something is fictional and can be made wrong does not mean that it is still delicious.
But I'm just trying to put,
I think that might be time. I don't know, maybe the bell is acting up. It's not. Okay, so you can move on to your conclusions and maybe actually say something about the movie that you're arguing for.
Is it wrong if I want to donate my time to her?
I mean, there's no...
I've already accepted the fact that I'm in third place right now. I spent a lot of talking tonight, and
I just made the decision. There's no rule against it. Just speak, please.
Okay, I wholly realize that I have completely failed Ghibli foods in this case due to the fact that I did not apply proper examples, so in turn, I will devote the rest of my time to fighting for ratatouille. Ratatouille in of itself is a real food. It's something that people can actually make, people can actually enjoy on a regular basis. It's something that is rooted in history and French culture. It's rooted in people's childhoods. And whilst butterbeer is rooted in people's childhoods, it's like you said, butterbeer is not easy to make. And it's just...
Well, first of all, I later made butterbeer again, and I made it correctly, and it was delicious. That's all I'm going to say for my closing argument.
Okay. I don't know if Trevor Michael Sheffield talking for me is helping me or against me, but I'm just going to say Ratatouille looked really delicious, and I tried it as a kid, and it was really good. I think I'm thinking about it right now, and it's bringing back childhood memories, just like it did for the critic, and that's just a very heartwarming thing. It's a very heartwarming food, and it looked very appetizing. That's all I'm here for.
The math here is easy. I already know that I have lost.
Well, I don't want to ruin that moment for you, so I'm going to go. Oh, facts. Checking them.
Okay, so important note about butterbeer. While the term butterbeer was coined by J.K. Rowling, it was based on buttered beer, to which the earliest reference is The Good Huswives, Handmade for the Kitchen, published in London in 1588. That drink was made from beer, sugar, eggs, nutmeg, cloves, and butter.
Oh, yeah, that's...
So it's
very
based
similar
on
to
a real
lemonade.
drink
Yeah.
by a similar name, but butterbeer as we know it probably was invented by J.K. Rowling. So, up to your interpretation.
Thank you, Vaughn. I've had a second to think about it, and I think I might know who'd be in third place.
Oh, don't tell.
It's Trevor Michael Sheffield.
You know, I thought my odds were going to be much better this round.
See, usually I explain why you're in what place, but I think you know. And
I think we
that
all already
everyone
know
knows.
this is my cone of shame, and I will wear it till the day that I die.
Kyle? I'm going to talk to Haley now. Haley. See, please stop banging.
I'm sorry.
Okay. What you said about making kids want to eat vegetables, that moved me. But not as much as making you want to live in the world where something like that can exist. The fictional basis of any food doesn't discredit it because we're all coming from fictional movies, so I don't see why that would start splitting hairs. So, you're in second place, Kyle. Congratulations on the win. This has been Cardinal Film Fights. You can find us on social medias at Card Film Fights. Interact with us. Just drop by, say hi. You can also like this video if you liked it, or dislike it if you dislike it, but just the interaction's what we're going for here. Comment saying what we should argue next, or who you think should have won this fight, and don't say Trevor Michael Sheffield. Please.
Listen, I don't normally say this, but do not say my name in those comments. Listen, I normally vouch for myself in a lot of situations, but this is not my proudest moment, okay? If anything, say those two. Say him. Say Facto, the Wonder Fact dog, off in the corner, checking our facts and making sure we're getting them straight. But not Trevor Michael Sheffield.
And on that note, good night, goodbye, thanks for stopping by. Wow. What an experience that we just had.